Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a powerful and urgent topic, the moon's warnings for the last day of February 2025. As we approach February 28th, the energies of the moon are shifting, and there's a lot you need to know about how to navigate this time of emotional release, spiritual awakening, and new beginnings. If you've been feeling intense shifts lately, this video is for you. Let's get into it. As we approach the final day of February 2025, an intriguing celestial event is unfolding in the night sky. The moon, our closest celestial neighbor, is set to play a key role, and it's essential to be aware of the astrological warnings associated with this particular time. Moon phases have long been believed to influence human behavior, moods, and even global events. On this last day of February, the moon enters a critical phase, urging us to reflect, assess, and perhaps even take a step back from the usual hustle and bustle of everyday life. The moon on February 28th, 2025, will be positioned at a pivotal point in its cycle, and for those who are attuned to lunar influences, there's a sense of urgency and importance surrounding this day. As we reach the close of the month, we are reminded that the moon cycle affects us deeply, often in subtle and unexpected ways. For many, this is a time of heightened emotional sensitivity and the potential for personal revelations. So it's important to take caution and care. For those who are inclined to look at astrology, the moon will be in its waning phase. The waning moon is traditionally seen as a time to release, let go, and reflect. It's a moment to examine what no longer serves us and release old energy. This can be a powerful time for introspection and even closure. Whether in personal relationships, work endeavors, or long-held beliefs that are no longer aligned with your true self. However, the waning moon's energy can also bring up emotions that are buried deep within, and some of those may be uncomfortable or challenging to confront. Astrologers often suggest that we exercise caution in making important decisions during this phase. It's a time when clarity may be obscured, and the weight of emotions can cloud judgment. The energy surrounding the moon on February 28th might stir up the past. Old memories or unresolved issues might resurface. While this is a good time to clear away the clutter, both physically and mentally, it is not always the best time to start something new or make major life changes without proper consideration. Moreover, the position of the moon relative to other celestial bodies might create more intense or erratic emotional states. Those who are particularly sensitive might find themselves feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or uncertain. If you've been feeling the buildup of tension or stress in the days leading up to February 28th, the moon may amplify these feelings, urging you to address them head-on. However, it's important not to act impulsively. While emotions may run high, the moon's influence on this final day of February calls for careful thought before making any decisions. For those who follow the moon's relationship with other planets, it's crucial to be aware of any planetary alignments that might compound the energy of the moon. On February 28th, there may be a challenging aspect between the moon and some of the outer planets, which could result in feelings of frustration or confusion. If you're dealing with major decisions or relationships, take the time to step back and assess. Rushed decisions could lead to regrets later, as the full effects of this day may not be immediately apparent. On a more practical note, the moon's position could also bring about heightened physical and emotional sensitivity. It may not be the best time to start new projects, sign contracts, or engage in any significant business dealings. If possible, try to avoid making commitments that require long-term dedication or investment. Instead, use this time to focus on clearing up past matters, whether it be finishing up unfinished tasks, resolving conflicts, or addressing lingering issues in your personal or professional life. The energy of the moon on February 28th doesn't have to be entirely negative. For those who embrace introspection, it can be a powerful time for personal growth and spiritual renewal. This is a time to heal, to release, and to find peace with what has been. While it's important to take care of yourself emotionally and mentally, it's also a time when you can create space for new beginnings in the future, even if those new beginnings aren't immediately apparent. As February ends, the moon's powerful pull reminds us of the importance of staying grounded and centered. If you're feeling particularly sensitive or reactive, take a moment to pause and reflect. Avoid making decisions based purely on emotion, and instead focus on grounding techniques, meditation, or simply taking time to relax. As the day unfolds, there's a gentle reminder from the moon's influence to trust in the natural rhythms of life. The cosmic dance between the Earth and the moon is a reminder that, like the phases of the lunar cycle, we too go through stages of growth, release, and renewal. On February 28th, as we stand at the cusp of a new month, the lunar energy encourages us to embrace this moment as an opportunity for personal reflection and emotional cleansing. It is a time for letting go of past grievances, regrets, or fears that may have held us back from moving forward with clarity and purpose. The waning moon is also known for its ability to illuminate hidden truths, both within ourselves and in our external circumstances. If there are areas of your life where you've been avoiding the truth, whether about yourself, others, or your situation, the moon's energy on this final day of February may bring those truths to the surface. It's a time for honesty, not just with others, but especially with yourself. The moon is calling on you to examine what you've been holding on to unnecessarily and what needs to be cleared away to make room for new possibilities. For many, this kind of emotional reckoning can be uncomfortable. However, the discomfort is often a necessary part of growth. The moon offers us a chance to shed what no longer aligns with who we are becoming. It's like pruning a tree so that new branches can grow stronger and healthier. But this process requires patience and acceptance, as it often takes time for the full effects of emotional release to manifest. As the day progresses, the moon's energy might bring about a sense of urgency or heightened sensitivity, especially in your interactions with others. There could be moments of heightened tension where feelings that have been suppressed or overlooked come rushing to the surface. If conflicts arise, they may feel more intense than usual, and it may seem harder to find resolution. But remember, this energy is temporary. The moon's position suggests that emotional storms can pass quickly, leaving space for healing and understanding. In relationships, whether romantic, familial, or professional, be mindful of your reactions. The emotional pull of the moon can cause people to speak before thinking, resulting in misunderstandings or words that may be regretted later. If you find yourself in a heated conversation, take a moment to breathe and reflect before responding. Consider the larger picture and how this moment fits into your long-term goals and values. Reacting impulsively or out of frustration might only create more tension, and it may cloud your ability to see things from a balanced perspective. For those seeking closure, February 28th is a powerful moment to take action. If there are relationships, projects, or situations that need to come to an end, the energy of the waning moon offers a sense of finality. This is the perfect time to clear out the old and make space for the new. Whether it's an unresolved argument, an unfulfilled goal, or a habit that has outlived its usefulness, allow yourself to let go of anything that no longer serves you. The act of release doesn't have to be dramatic or painful. It can be as simple as acknowledging what no longer aligns with your current path and choosing to move forward with a lighter heart. This day also calls for self-care and nurturing. The energy of the waning moon may leave you feeling drained or emotionally vulnerable, so it's crucial to take the time to care for yourself. Engage in practices that bring you peace, whether it's a quiet walk in nature, journaling, or meditative reflection. Trust that by taking care of your emotional and mental well-being, you're aligning yourself with the moon's energy of release and renewal. It's also a time to nourish your physical body, so consider resting and replenishing your energy levels in whatever way feels best for you. As February 28th comes to a close, reflect on the lessons of the day and the opportunities for growth. The moon's message is clear. This is a time to release, reflect, and make room for what lies ahead. Though this may be a day filled with emotional intensity and cosmic warnings, it is also a moment of great potential. The energies of the waning moon remind us that by letting go of the past, we make space for new beginnings. While the path ahead may not always be clear, trust that this process of release and renewal is preparing you for the next phase of your journey. As the moon sets on the last day of February, take a deep breath and surrender to the process. Know that even in the midst of emotional upheaval or uncertainty, you are being guided toward a more aligned and balanced future. Embrace the energy of the day, and remember that the moon in all its phases is always there to remind us of the cyclical nature of life, of endings and beginnings, and the endless potential for transformation. As the evening progresses on February 28th, 2025, the atmosphere will grow increasingly reflective. The waning moon will slowly sink deeper into the night, casting its dim glow upon the earth, while inviting us to dive even further into the internal realms. It is during these quiet hours, when the world around us slows, that the power of this lunar energy is most potent. It is an ideal time to sit in solitude, to meditate on the emotional shifts you may have experienced throughout the day, and to allow any insights or realizations to rise to the surface. During this time, it is important to remember that the energy of the moon doesn't force change. Rather, it invites us to open ourselves to it, slowly, gently, and at our own pace. There is no need to rush the process of emotional release or self-reflection. You may find that old memories, thoughts, or unresolved feelings resurface, and this is a natural part of the waning moon's cycle. Allow these emotions to flow without judgment. Acknowledge them, feel them, and then let them go, knowing that by doing so, you are making space for the new and the unknown to enter your life. It's also important to remain open to the possibility of transformation. While the moon is waning and the energy feels like one of retreat and release, it is simultaneously laying the groundwork for something new to emerge. The days ahead as we move into March bring with them the promise of renewal and fresh starts. But before we can fully step into the new, the energy of February 28th asks us to close the door to what no longer serves us. There is beauty in endings, as they create the necessary space for beginnings. If you've been holding on to fears, doubts, or frustrations, now is the time to free yourself from them. Write them down and release them into the universe. You might choose to burn the paper, bury it, or simply let it go in your mind and heart. The act of physical release, when combined with intentional thought, amplifies the cleansing process. Let the moon's energy help you to make peace with your past, so that you can approach the coming days with a sense of clarity and emotional freedom. The evening is also a perfect time for creative expression. Sometimes the best way to process deep emotions and thoughts is through art, music, or writing. Whether you are an artist or not, this creative energy can provide a safe outlet for your feelings. You may find that the act of creation becomes therapeutic, helping you understand your own emotional landscape more clearly. Don't worry about the outcome or how others might perceive your work. This is your personal journey, and the process is just as important as the result. As midnight draws near, the energy of February 28th begins to taper off, and with it, the intensity of the moon's influence. While the moon will continue its journey through its phases, the day's cosmic warnings will give way to a sense of peace and quiet reflection. The moon has done its work, urging us to let go of what no longer aligns with our path, and now it is time to rest. Trust that by honoring the energy of the day, you have aligned yourself with the natural flow of life. As you lay your head down to sleep, allow yourself to let go of any lingering tension or worries. Embrace the quiet stillness that the moon offers, and know that tomorrow holds the promise of new beginnings. While the last day of February may have seemed intense and challenging, it is also a sacred opportunity to release the old and make room for the fresh, vibrant energy that will arrive with the new month. The moon, in its silent wisdom, has been guiding you toward this very moment of release, and as you surrender to the natural rhythm of the universe, you will find peace in the stillness and comfort in the knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be. The warnings of February 28th are not to be feared, but rather embraced as part of the cosmic dance we all partake in. With each lunar cycle, we are reminded of our ability to adapt, to heal, and to grow. Take this time to rest, recharge, and prepare for the next chapter in your journey, knowing that with every ending, there is always the potential for a beautiful new beginning. As the final hours of February 28th slip away, you may find yourself in a reflective, almost meditative state where the energy of the moon continues to play its subtle yet powerful role. The night is quiet, and the world around you may feel as though it's in a suspended state, holding its breath before the dawn of a new month. This pause, this stillness, is not an empty void. It is a space of deep potential where all the work you've done throughout the day, emotionally and spiritually, can begin to take root. Even if the day has been fraught with emotional highs and lows, rest assured that this time is not without its purpose. The moon's energy, as it wanes, brings clarity through release, giving you the gift of emotional freedom as you enter into the new month. If you've faced moments of discomfort or tension, understand that they were necessary steps on your path toward healing. As February fades into the night, so too can any lingering doubts, fears, or unresolved feelings. You've set the groundwork for closure, and now with the coming of March, the seeds you've planted in your mind and heart will begin to sprout. Though the moon's influence will gradually shift with the arrival of the new month, its work isn't done just yet. The final few hours of February serve as a reminder to embrace what you've learned, even if those lessons have come through difficulty or challenge. Sometimes it is through discomfort that we gain the most valuable insights. The universe, through the moon cycle, offers us a chance to cleanse our emotional and spiritual slate, so we can face the future with a renewed sense of strength and understanding. In these closing hours of February, you may also feel an intuitive pull toward rituals of self-care or spiritual practices. Whether it's a simple act of journaling, lighting a candle, or taking a quiet moment to express gratitude, these small rituals can act as anchors, keeping you grounded as the lunar cycle winds down. You don't need to make big declarations or take immediate action in this moment. This is a time to sit with the energy that the moon has stirred in you, allowing it to settle, absorb, and transform into something beautiful. It may also be beneficial to take a moment to appreciate the wisdom of the moon and how its cycles mirror our own inner lives. Just as the moon moves through phases of growth, fullness, and decline, so too do we. This period of waning may feel like a time of retreat, but it is also a time of reflection and preparation. It's the moment before the next chapter begins, where all of the experiences, both positive and negative, come together to create the foundation of who we are becoming. Embrace this time of inward focus, knowing that in the quiet of the night, there is great power in simply being present with yourself. When morning breaks and March begins, there may be a sense of renewal in the air. The emotional clarity and cleansing that February 28th has offered will set the stage for fresh starts. But don't rush to jump into the new just yet. Let yourself feel the subtle transition from the waning energy of the moon into the potential of what lies ahead. Allow the lessons of the last day of February to settle into your bones and inform the way you approach the days to come. The new month will bring new opportunities, new relationships, and fresh energy. But remember to carry the wisdom from this reflective period with you. The final moments of February aren't just about releasing, they are about honoring the space of growth that's been created. By letting go, by reflecting, and by giving yourself the grace to process your emotions, you are allowing yourself to be fully present for what's to come. The universe is not in a rush, and neither should you be. The more you honor your emotional process in the natural flow of time, the more in tune you will be with the cycles that govern not just the moon, but your life as well. So as February draws to a close, let go of any lingering expectations, any sense of urgency to move on too quickly. Trust that everything will unfold exactly as it should. The moon has given you the space to pause, to heal, and to prepare. Let this final day be a testament to the power of reflection, introspection, and emotional release. Remember, it's not about the speed with which you move forward, but about moving forward with intention, awareness, and clarity. The end of this chapter is simply the beginning of a new one, and with each phase of the moon, you are reminded that growth is an ongoing, ever-evolving process. In the stillness of the night, embrace the quiet knowing that you are always supported by the cosmic rhythms of the universe. The energy of February 28th, though seemingly intense, is a gift, one that has prepared you for the new beginning that awaits you in the coming days. As the moon fades into the backdrop of the night sky, so too can you release any lingering doubts or fears. Step into March with a renewed sense of purpose, clarity, and an open heart, knowing that the moon, with all its phases, will continue to guide you on your journey. As March begins to gently unfold, the energy of the night lingers, its presence still felt in the early hours. The transition from February's waning moon to the new possibilities of the incoming month is subtle but powerful. This is a time to honor the quiet work you've done, even if it feels as though the effects of your emotional and spiritual releases haven't fully manifested yet. Sometimes the most significant shifts occur beneath the surface, where we cannot immediately see them, and the ripples of change will only grow stronger as the days unfold. In these early moments of March, there may still be a sense of liminality, of standing between two worlds. You may feel as though you're stepping into something new, but the remnants of the past may still cling to your energy. This is perfectly normal. The final hours of February have created a space for transformation, but sometimes true change takes time to settle in. Allow yourself to breathe through this transition and don't feel pressured to have everything figured out right away. The moon's cycle will continue to guide you, reminding you that every step, no matter how small, is part of the journey. If the emotional energy of the last day of February feels like it has lingered into March, be gentle with yourself. The waxing of the new moon is just around the corner, and it will bring with it a sense of momentum, of forward motion. But in this moment, the energy of stillness remains a gift, a moment to fully embrace who you are right now without rushing to become someone else. It is a time to allow the lessons learned from February 28th to integrate into your being, to honor the progress you've made, even if it feels invisible. As the days move on, keep in mind that the wisdom of the moon, its capacity for change, growth, and renewal, is always available to you. You are a part of this grand cosmic dance, and the changes you experience in the physical world are always mirrored in your emotional and spiritual life. The moon's cycles remind us that nothing in life is static. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, so too will your experiences and your emotions, ebbing and flowing as part of the natural order. With this knowledge, you can move through life with more grace, understanding that every phase, whether it feels like growth or release, is simply part of the greater whole. As you look forward to the weeks ahead, reflect on the intention you want to set for the new month. March offers an opportunity for fresh starts, but those starts are only meaningful when rooted in self-awareness and clarity. If you've used February's end to clear away emotional clutter or to release outdated patterns, you are now in a prime position to sow new seeds of intention for the month to come. What do you want to bring into your life? What do you want to nurture? And what do you want to leave behind? These questions, though simple, hold great power. They allow you to step into March with purpose and determination, grounded in the wisdom of the work you've done through the end of February. But remember, March is not just about rushing into new beginnings. It's also a time to honor the space you've created for growth. Allow yourself moments of rest, contemplation, and self-care as you transition. Sometimes it's in the pauses between action that the greatest revelations occur. Trust that you are being guided, not only by the cosmic forces of the moon, but also by your inner wisdom, which has been honed through the experiences of the past. In these early days of March, resist the urge to fill every moment with activity or distractions. Instead, allow yourself to sit in the quiet energy that still remains, allowing your inner self to reflect on the lessons of February and all that you've learned. The energy of release that the waning moon brought may still be at work in subtle ways, but as the new month continues to unfold, you will feel the shift towards renewal. This period of reflection is necessary to fully embrace the opportunities that await. As the days pass, let the lingering lessons of February 28th guide your actions. If you made space for emotional healing or spiritual clarity, allow these insights to guide you toward healthier decisions, relationships, and endeavors. With March on the horizon, the universe is providing you with the foundation to create lasting, meaningful change in your life. The opportunities for growth are limitless, and with every choice you make, you are aligning yourself with the energies of the moon, which will continue to cycle through its phases, always offering support for transformation. Thank you so much for watching. I hope today's video helped you gain clarity on how to work with the powerful lunar energies on the last day of February. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming spiritual insights. And remember, the moon is always guiding us. Stay connected, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, may your path be illuminated by cosmic light